Hey everyone, I'm Adrienne. Today I'm going to talk you through just a few stretches that you can do at the end of a workout or anytime that you feel that you want to just open up the body and feel good. So we'll start today on our hands and knees in a quadruped position, taking your hands under your shoulders and your hips over your knees. Your hands are shoulder width apart. So press into the mat. On the inhale, you're going to drop the belly, lift the chest and the hips. On your exhale, pull the belly in, round the spine, and take your gaze back. We'll do that again. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest. Press the mat away, exhale, round the spine. Let's do that just a few more times. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest and the hips. Exhale, round the spine. Twice more. Inhale, opening up the front side of the body. Exhale to round. Last time. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the hips and the chest. Exhale to round the spine. Come back to center a neutral spine, taking your right foot to the left, moving into a side stretch. So if you look over your left shoulder, you should see your right toes. I'm feeling a nice big stretch through the outer right side of the body. So as you're here, you're pressing into the mat, and you're finding your strong breath in and out through the nose. Just stay here for 2 more breaths. And then come back to our quadruped position. We'll step the left foot to the right. So you're bringing your right shoulder closer to your right hip, creating space in the left side of the body. And add your strong breath. Inhale through the nose. On your exhale, empty the lungs. Do that once more. Really nice. Come back to center. We'll curl the toes and lift the hips to the sky. Down dog. So keep pressing into your hands. Place a generous bend in your knees and float the tailbone up to the sky. So I'm melting my chest back towards my thighs and relaxing my head between the arms. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Stay here as you exhale. You'll step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Your hands are underneath your shoulders, and my right toes are pointing at about 1 or 2 o'clock. So keep pressing into your hands. Maybe you drop the back knee, if that feels good in your body today. If this is a little too intense, you can place something underneath your hands to bring the floor a little closer to you. So just be here and breathe, focusing on where the breath is moving in the body. And maybe you take this into a twist. Your right hand might find the inside of the right leg, and you're opening up your chest, so you're rolling your right shoulder back. And just breathe here, supporting yourself on your strong left hand. You've got 1 more breath. Unwind. Take your right hand to the mat, curl the back toes, and step to downward facing dog. You'll take the left foot to the outside of the left hand. You can stay with the back knee lifted, or you can lower it down. And just move it around. Notice what you feel in your body. And you might take this into a twist. Left hand to your left knee, spiraling the chest open. If you're looking for a bigger stretch here, you can curl the back toes, lift the back knee, and maybe reach the left arm to the sky. So I'm softening the shoulders away from the ears, and my breath is getting just a little bit bigger. 1 more breath. Release, left hand to the mat, step back to down dog. Hips to the sky, deep bend in your knees. You've got another breath here. And then take the right foot to the top of the mat. If you need, help it up and drop the back knee. So we're in a lunge. You can keep the back toes curled under. And again, if this is a little challenging, you can take something underneath your hands, or you can rest your hands on top of your right thigh. So just notice where you're feeling the stretch. For me today, I'm feeling a stretch through my hip flexor on my left side, the front of the hip. And maybe you take this into a little bit of a chest stretch. Open your arms wide, palms face forward, and lift the chest up to the sky. And just breathe. Let the fingertips reach towards the mat. You're finding your neck space. You've got one more breath. Take the hands to the mat. Press into the right heel. I'm lengthening my right leg as I shift my hips back. So I'm supporting myself on my hands. If this is too much, again, you can take something underneath your hands. So I'm lengthening through the entire back of the right leg. And just breathe. 2 more breaths. Last breath here. Good. Rebend your front knee. Set your hands and step back to your down dog. Relax the head between the arms. We'll take that on the other side. Your left foot steps between your hands. Drop the right knee and find your lunge. So again, you can keep the hands low. You can take them a little bit higher. And you can find a little chest stretch if that feels good. And just breathe. You're lengthening the spine. You're opening up the right hip flexor, the front of the right hip. Your breath is powerful and strong. You've got one more breath here. Hands to the mat. Lengthen your front leg. Press into the heel. Shifting your hips back, you should feel a big stretch through the back of the left leg. My nose is in line with the left big toe. So if this is a little too intense, just walk your hands in. If you want a little more intensity, walk your hands forward. You're just riding the compassionate edge, being mindful not to overstretch. You've got one more breath. Rebend your front knee. Set your hands. Step back to down dog. You're lifting the tailbone to the sky, pressing strong through your hands. And we'll come down to our knees into a tabletop pose. From here, take the shoulders over the wrists, hips are over the knees. And you're going to take the top of your right hand to the mat. Your fingertips will point back. You might curl the toes under and take the hips back just an inch or so. It doesn't take much to really feel a lot here. This is a really nice stretch if you've just been lifting. One more breath. Bring the shoulders over the wrists. Take the right hand back to the mat, and we'll move to the other side. Top of the left hand down. Point your fingers back. And maybe you take the hips back. I feel a lot more sensation here on this side. So again, listen to your body and know when you need to back off just a little bit. Breathe strong. One more breath. Shoulders over the wrists. Take the left hand down. You'll open your knees wide and stretch your arms out in front of you for child's pose, taking the forehead to the mat between your arms. Now, if your head doesn't easily come down to the mat, you can make a pillow with your forearms and rest your head on your arms. And just breathe. Relaxing the chest towards the mat, so you're getting a little opening across the chest, the heart. You've got 2 more breaths, sinking your hips back towards the heels. 1 more strong breath. We'll make our way back to tabletop pose, quadruped pose, and then find our way to a seat. Sitting up tall, we'll take the soles of the feet together, opening up your knees wide. So sitting tall, reaching the crown of the head to the sky, and then start to walk your hands forward. It doesn't take much here to feel a nice big stretch through your low back. You're reaching your spine out of your pelvis and allowing gravity to do the work by gently opening up your knees. And you can take towels, blankets, or even blocks underneath your knees to make this a little more accessible. You've got 2 breaths. Relax the muscles in your face. And then come back to center. Sitting up tall, you'll bring your knees into your chest. Lengthen your left leg long. Step your right leg over the left. So we're going to take a twist. You'll take your right hand behind your back and your left hand to your right knee. Sit up tall, start to turn to the right, and exhale, twist. Drop the chin towards the chest. So finding that rotation around your spine. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. If it feels okay, you can start to take the gaze back. 1 more breath. Release, come through center. We'll switch. Right leg is long, left knee to the chest. You'll step the left foot over the right leg. Take the left hand behind the back, right hand to your left knee, and start to twist to the left. So bringing the chin towards the chest. On the inhale, you lengthen the spine. On your exhale, pull the belly in. Find a little more depth in the twist. Let's stay for another breath or 2. Carefully release, unwind, come back to center. Just find yourself in a tall seat. We'll stretch the right arm out in front of us. Take your left hand to cradle the right arm. So we're getting into the shoulder on the right side. So just breathing into that space that you're creating. Continue to sit up nice and tall. Take a deep breath into your nose all the way into your belly. And exhale the breath out. We'll do that again, taking a deep breath in and exhale the breath out. We'll take it to the other side. Left arm reaches forward. Take the right hand to the left arm and gently guide it across the body. Sit up tall and breathe. Just noticing what you feel on this side. It might feel a lot different than the other side. 1 more breath. And release. Thank you for joining me for a few stretches. I hope you find these helpful. If you have any questions about modifications, let me know.